begin with a developing story and a new defeat for suspended Broward Sheriff Scott Israel. A state Senate committee just voting not to reinstate him. It's been a long day and night at the Florida State Capitol. Tonight's vote, not a final decision. That'll be up to the full Senate later on in the week. CBS 4's Kerry Codd is covering this developing story. He's live at the State Capitol in Tallahassee. Kerry?
That's right, Elliot. This vote by the Senate Rules Committee, a recommendation to the full Senate. 9 Republicans on this committee voted to remove Israel from office. 7 Democrats voted to reinstate him.
The evidence supports the executive order of suspension by the governor and that Mr. Scott Israel be removed from the office of Sheriff of Broward County.
The split vote by the Florida Senate Rules Committee Monday night to remove former Broward Sheriff Scott Israel came after more than 10 hours of often wrenching and emotional testimony and public comment. The vote is a recommendation to the full Senate, which will have the final say on Wednesday whether Israel is reinstated or removed. The decision was hailed by families of the Parkland victims like Lori Alhadeff.
This is about keeping all Broward County safe.
Senators heard impassioned testimony from victims of the Parkland shooting.
You want to be part of the problem, or you want to be part of to fix this problem?
And families of the victims.
He put sheriff's deputies who would not run into the sound of bullets. That's what we had in Parkland, and he admitted it.
We depended on BSO to protect our families. Due to the neglectful leadership of Mr. Israel, many different parts of the Broward Sheriff's Office failed us when we needed them most.
Senators also heard from people who supported Scott Israel.
He has been and is the best sheriff we've ever had in Broward County.
Don't let a small community make this decision for the whole Broward County.
Attorneys for both sides made their cases. Governor DeSantis' attorney argued Israel failed to properly train his deputies, changed the active shooter policy, and oversaw deputies who failed to confront the shooter. Israel's attorney argued senators needed to follow the recommendation of the Republican attorney who oversaw Israel's Senate trial and determined Israel should be reinstated. Senators had their own views.
I think it would set a really dangerous new precedent here in Florida, and I can't do that lightly.
I'm sorry, but the governor has not met his burden to justify the extraordinary act of removing a constitutionally elected officer.
There were 8 who failed. All right? That's called an institutional failure.
At the end, Parkland family said this was not a red or blue issue, but one of public safety.
We believe that Mr. Israel is the wrong man for the job for all the citizens of Broward County, not just for Parkland, for everybody.
Several Parkland families told me they were disappointed this was a party line vote. They singled out State Senator Lauren Book from Broward. They said that they felt since she served on the MSD Commission and was privy to so much information about what happened at the school that she might vote to remove Scott Israel. During the debate, Book said she was conflicted about the vote, but ultimately decided to reinstate Israel. Now this matter goes to the full Senate, which will take it up on Wednesday. Live in Tallahassee, Kerry Codd, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Kerry, thank you for that report from Tallahassee.